Hey, okay. So yeah, somebody as soon as y'all can hear me, somebody say something again. Fixed. So for the record, I did nothing. I did not do anything. so yeah, who knows? I was honestly curious as to like, oh god, like Twitch killed their IRC integration, changed something about it, and now it's going to be a whole bunch of work for me to like track down exactly what happened and whatever. But no, just relaunching my IRC client and reconnecting to this room, and then it's all coming through again, just fine. Yeah, I really did just turn it back off and on again. Okay, well, that's computers for you. Welcome to Computers Wednesday, where we interact with computers and the many wonderful systems they are part of. Yeah, cool. Welcome everybody. Sorry about that technical hiccup, but yeah. And yeah. Tin Kelp in the chat pointing out that yes, today Nine Inch Nails released their the Quake soundtrack on vinyl, as they had long promised to do. Apparently, like Bethesda ZeniMax were like fuddy-duddies about American McGee and John Carmack, people who actually worked on the game, contributing some words about it to the Nine Inch Nails release. So yeah, they kind of had to like link it on the down low. Just silly and childish. I don't know who Bethesda ZeniMax thought they were, how they thought they were winning, how they thought they were coming out ahead in that interaction by not just greenlighting whatever the people who built that company wanted to say. But anyway, cool. Yeah, it's a cool soundtrack. I don't know. I'm not a vinyl guy, but I'm sure it's a cool thing. If it has any extra material on it, I'd be very curious about that. Also, the big thing I want is just 44 kilohertz source audio for all of the sounds in the game, because the sound design of that game is still pretty remarkable. But yeah. Anyway, and yeah, it's all sold out. So, you know, like most nerd collector things, you know, yeah, hope you got one of the like 500 copies or whatever. Anyway, let's play some Doom levels. It's WAD Wednesday. Yeah, let's do it. Whew. Okay, we got Simpsons Doom here. This is probably just a graphics pack. This is a zipped file that contains a great Simpsons Doom game. Try it, it is awesome. Does not modify your WAD. Contains totally awesome sounds and graphics. See you and have fun. This is from January of 1995. And yeah, we are absolutely going to play... We are absolutely going to include this on whatever actual level we play. I am ready to hear some Ay Caramba and some Doe, etc. Okay, so next up is another file from the themes directory. This one actually looks like it contains maps, though. Title pick and similar graphics, documenter storyline. I don't know what this must just be an incorrect id Games database string. Team TNT proudly announces the release of Doom 2000 Hub 1. Okay, so this is a project that I'd heard about. You know, so Team TNT, you know, did TNT Evolution from Final Doom. They also were the people behind... It was this diffuse group of people that kind of came and went. You know, it's sort of like, I don't know, sort of the King Crimson or whatever of... or whatever any of those prog bands that had a rotating cast of dozens. Anyway, there was this... I remember reading about this recently. There was like this... There was a project called Doom 2000. The year 2000 was coming up, and they were like, yeah, let's release a project, let's release another Megawad, because they had done a few at that point, you know, Icarus, Alien Vanguard, you know, Eternal Doom 3, and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, and yeah, I guess this is Hub 1? So wait, what is, like, is this... But I don't actually know what got released of this. 7 new levels with Z-Doom features in this hub. And then... yeah, by the makers of Final Doom, Icarus, Alien Vanguard, TNT Bloodlands, TNT Grievance, TNT Pursuit, TNT Reclamation, Eternal Doom, Eternal Deathmatch. I don't quite understand. Oh, and it's a Z-Doom thing. So I don't know what the deal with like these maps 1 through 32 are. But I don't know. I assume that these are real levels. So yeah, okay, let's play Team TNT's Doom 2000 Hub 1. with Simpsons sounding graphics. That's what we're doing. Yeah, and it was released on January 1st, 2000. That was the plan. It was like, heck yeah, we're gonna release this thing at the stroke of midnight as the millennium turns over. Cool. All right. Yeah, let's do it. Oh God. Oh God. We're getting maximum Simpsons here. Yeah, so I guess that's Homer killing Mr. Burns. God, this is such a high school notebook, like, sort of gore. It's just this kid played too much. Somebody was playing a lot of Mortal Kombat, and I guess that's dead Ned Flanders, you know, face deep in blood. Okay, all right. let's see what. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Let's see. Is this? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Sure enough, there's a player sprite here. Incredible. Okay, I have no. This looks like Barney's butt. Oh God. Okay. Wow. Something's going on here. We are completely ruining this WAD by playing it with Simpsons garbage. Oh, I love it. I have no idea what's going on here. You know, the funny thing is that this actually passes. That's Apu's head, I guess. This actually reads quite well as Homer Simpson's control station at the nuclear power plant. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, we hit a switch on that console and something happened, and we got like this little mini cutscene. This looks like it's some goo and stuff. Yeah, the Doom Guy face is Homer Simpson. Oh yeah, y'all aren't seeing that because my webcam is in the way. Anyway, it's Homer Simpson being increasingly bloodied. So yeah, that's, you know, use your imagination there. All right, this is like some sort of sparkly force field. Whoa. Oh, it's a conveyor. All right, now I'm taking damage. And sure enough, I am Homer saying dough. But it's super dark. I have no idea what's going on here. Was I supposed to hit like a level transition or something, maybe? Or was I just supposed to die? Alright, protracted Homer death sound. Alright, let's try that again. The lights all turn red here. Yeah, so like what's going on here? Right, so there's like some monsters. Ned Flanders just has a Bible. That's his weapon. Okay, so like maybe I shouldn't jump down here. Like what's... Yeah, there's all kinds of... Yeah, and I can't get back up here. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to jump? Let's go ahead and jump. I'm just going to assume jumping is okay. Whoa, what's going on here? Alright, I see a thing of duff in there. Yeah, this really seems jumping conducive, so... Just gonna keep jumping. Yeah, and I can't get up there, so this actually seems like it was tuned for jumpage. This is some sort of pile of dismembered Simpson limbs or something. Alright, we got a Homer drool sound for picking up a weapon. But yeah, like, where am I supposed to go from here? Like, I can... Yeah, I don't know. Is this where I came in? I think it might be where I came in. Oh, look at this. Okay.
Put it down or I'll blow your head off.
Oh, God.
She's gonna have it.
Ah, God. Yeah, that's right. Apu is racist caricature from the late 80s that they just kept. Alright, so yeah, we're in some kind of a space station here. Oh, I'm in a chamber. Is it a good chamber? Oh! I warped. Okay. Oral translator power level critical. You have less than 2 minutes until shutdown. Okay. Alright. Oh, wow, I was really hurt. I'm glad I picked up that donut then. Oh, wow. Polyobject doors. Okay. Access granted. Okay. Oh man, these animations are not good. What is with switches? Like, I keep hitting these switches and it locks me in place. That is not a great feeling. It's sort of Undoom-like.
I do work in a convenience store, you know. I do work in a convenience store. This will scare the pants off me.
Access denied, okay. This is just the most distorted lens through which to view what appears to be a relatively serious effort. Oh god. Alright, Chief Wiggum explodes. I'm not gonna say no to gunning down Chief Wiggums. Alright, so access is granted to something.
This will scare the pants off me. This will scare the pants off me. This will scare the pants off me.
Man, yeah, I'm really not loving the interact with a switch and
This will scare the pants off me.
stick in place. Sort of Mo. Mo might be a shotgun guy. Alright, I want these donuts, but they're only the health bonuses, so I'm feeling like I can't live on donuts alone.
Choking on my own rage here.
Yep, and pretty classic 90s sound replacement pack is that all the sounds are just way too long.
Well, look who it is. Nice work, boys.
That's kind of a cool little gross slime tank happening. This is really surreal. This is a very strange, it's like this tense atmospheric kind of thing, and then poorly drawn Simpsons gore. Alright. Oh geez, okay, there was like a damage wall there or something.
This will scare the pants off you. This will scare the pants off you. This will scare the pants off you.
I thought I could...
This will scare the pants off you.
Fully charged and... Okay, it's a translator. I don't know if I'm actually getting the... Oh wait, what did I... Did I not do something that I had done back here or something? I don't... Oh, okay, I hadn't hit that switch.
It's the 411. Say some gangsta. To enjoy life. Just give him one of these. We hate him, right? This will scare the pants off. This will scare the pants off. More. Choking on my own rage. This will scare the pants off.
Alright.
This will scare the pants off me.
Alright, sure, I'll charge and jump.
Fine. Find it. This will scare the pants off me.
More.
Okay, that's a little... That was like a stim pack or something. Alright, we have yet more chambers that do something. That's kind of a cool effect there.
More.
Alright, so I can't... Oh wait, no, I can get in there.
More.
Alright. Alright. Spooky. Security key pass. Huh. So, do I gotta go in one of these? Little...
More.
There's not a lot of feedback on, like, you know, when you hit a switch or something. It's not clear
More.
if it did anything or what. Access granted. Okay.
Well,
More.
put it.
She's gonna have it.
Here's the book.
More.
What's going on there?
More.
Yeah, those chambers seem like there's some sort of travel tube now operational.
This will scare the pants off me. This will scare the pants off me. This will scare the pants off me. This will scare the pants off me.
Okay, so maybe one of these will take me someplace now? Aha. Alright. Okay, yeah, now it takes me up. So yeah, it's using some Z-Doom fancy featureness. And yeah, I guess these are all like different levels that it's actually loading into. It's kind of wild. It's using some of that hexen non-linear level functionality.
You work in a convenience store, you know. The opportunity to prove yourself a hero. The opportunity to prove yourself a hero. The opportunity to prove yourself a hero.
More.
Alright, big boxes of donuts. Let's jump up on the tables and eat them the way that any self-respecting office worker would. That's just some kind of crusher. Yeah, this is like it's like a cookie factory or something. And yeah, this is supposed to be the kitchen. So it's just a very, very grandiose kitchen. Alright, can't get it. Oh, what? What's going on here? Oh, is it like a dumbwaiter? Interesting. No idea. Ah, the walk-in freezer.
More.
If you're doing military horror / space horror, you gotta have a walk-in freezer. I don't know what these are supposed to be in normal non-Simpsons graphics, but okay, and that's like that's another little part of the spaceship. Oh, look at that, it's a chain gun guy. Doom chain gun guy hanging out with the Simpsons. Ooh, look at this. Got some floors upon floors going on here. Ooh, swinging door. So fancy. Oh god, it's Barney. Is Barney the Pinky replacement? I think he is. Okay, so that's why we saw Barney's ragged, bloody butt at the very beginning. As okay, so Flanders must be the Baron of Hell, because this Hell Knight, this unmodified Hell Knight, is throwing Bibles at me. So yeah, that's what's going on there. And yeah, this is just, it's like a body chandelier. Like, I don't know if there's like a dehacked patch that's supposed to be showing up on top of this or something. Yeah, it's all just very confusing. Alright, now we have a blue key. I don't really remember seeing where to use it, but maybe I can use it even on another level. That's the power of Hex and the ability to extend switch hunts across multiple map files.
Here's the 411, folks. Say
It's
something.
very powerful. No one should have this power.
She's gonna have it.
Alright, so Wiggins are the shotgun guys.
More.
Yeah, I don't know if he's moved. Oh, I see, yeah, these are like maybe the cafeteria, like your order comes up here or something. Yeah, this is just weird. This is clearly not looking how they wanted it to look. Damn, there's a ton of jerks here.
Prove yourself a hero is long gone.
This will scare the fans off.
Yeah, these sounds and these animations are all just bad. Like, you could make, and it's possible that it exists, a really high quality Doom Simpsons pack, but this is not it. This is just some MS Paint jobby from, and it, you know, admittedly it is from, what, January of '95? People were making good stuff for Doom by then. So I don't mean to excuse them, but this is kind of a fancy little airport. This is definitely an airport Wi-Fi area here. But yeah, you know, some custom texturing and sector stuff. Pretty meticulous job on, well, that thing repeats sort of annoyingly, but this is basically a ramp. It's like, what does that switch do? Oh god. Am I gonna die? Whoa! I fell into here. Where did I... Oh, I fell into another level. The trash pit.
More.
So that's just a Star Wars touch. Just falling into the trash bay. Okay. Okay, these are like garbage. Yeah, okay, so wow, these are like blocks of garbage that are getting run through these rollers. Amazing. This reminds me, Brendan Chung, you know, his game Skin Deep, he posted this little video a couple of months back of something in the game called the Cuber, and it's like this device that like crushes garbage into a cube and then ejects it into space. It's pretty good. Oh god, what just happened? That was like a nightmare. Alright, so there's a Bart Simpson head. Okay, so there's a crushing thing here. Do I... Okay, yeah, that thing really will just crush you. This is the crusher. Can I get past it? Oh, I see. It's okay, so the Bart head is the Berserk pack. Okay, and so now... Okay, so I do have... I have Homer Simpson Berserk Fist. I guess because Bart makes Homer mad. Bart makes Homer so angry that he effectively has Berserk strength. That's what I'm going with. Okay, so what can I do here? Like if I... Nope, I don't want to get crushed by that. Alright, so oh, okay, so maybe I have to like... Because I don't see any other way out of here. Yeah, so like, I think I actually do. This actually is moving forward. God, but yeah, it's really finicky because if you get hung up on something, this thing pinches you against this side of the sector. Okay, so... Oh god, there's these rollers. Oh, the conveyor is going. Okay, so I can push that out of the way. And now it kind of looks like where I was at the beginning. Except, oh my god, something is just... Yeah, this is real annoying. Okay, so let's just kill everything here. Oh my god, these chain gunners. Very hostile use of chain gunners. Take it nice and slow here. Just methodically snipe these chain gunners. And these mows.
Choking on my own rage here.
Yep. Okay.
Work in a convenience store, you know. He's gonna have it.
This is definitely, Simpsons aside, this is definitely sort of like a, you know, it definitely is authentically a weirdly hard, kind of arbitrary section of a 90s FPS game. Homer just drools at shotguns. Really what gets his appetite going, I guess. Okay, and so this is where I came in. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I just don't know, like, you know, I don't have a sense of overall... Yeah, okay, so they haven't modified the... all kinds of monsters here. Alright, so I did that thing. Can't go through there. So okay, maybe this will take me back into the hub type space. Alright, I am now back in engineering. Yes. Okay. So when I was here, what was I trying to do? Okay, yeah, I can go in here. I think I went this way, but maybe I didn't have a key. Okay, yeah, so yeah, I did use the...
The opportunity to prove yourself a hero is long gone. The opportunity to prove yourself a hero is long gone. I do work in a convenience store, you know. I do work in a convenience store, you know.
Nope.
The opportunity to prove yourself a hero is long gone. Store, you know. Work in a
Okay. Skeleton. So yeah, the Simpsons pack pretty clearly is only supports Doom 1. monsters and stuff.
She's gonna have it. She's gonna have it.
Okay.
She's gonna have it.
Okay, so this is like a view out of a spaceship.
I do work in a convenience store, you know. The opportunity to prove yourself a hero is long gone.
Fire suppression equipment operational. Travel tube now operational. This graphic is actually kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know what I'm like. All of the objectives and stuff are sort of fictionalized as part of some function of the ship, but as a result, I just don't have any idea what I'm doing or what anything does. You know, that's why you do red, yellow, and blue key cards, not because it's super exciting, but because, you know, you don't have to explain it.
Look who it is.
You know, in Marathon, we just have text terminals.
Here's the 411, folks. Say something gangster. 411.
Oh gosh. Oh my god, there's so many.
Where? Send it this way, boy.
Okay, so chain gunners show up and just melt me down. Go ahead and save here since I'm not. Once again, some chain gunner that I don't really even see. Oh, okay, here it is. Well, there's a lot going on here, I'll say that.
She's gonna have it.
Yeah, as far as I know, there hasn't actually been a marathon, like, total conversion sort of thing for Doom. That would be quite an undertaking, honestly. Yeah, like, you could do sort of a mini version of it, but, like, just doing all of the graphic replacements and stuff like that would be a majority of the, you know, you'd be doing a lot of work up front, even if you only did want to do a few levels. And you would want to convert the levels, like, visually faithfully. That would be a lot of work. Also, Marathon has just, like, such a fundamentally different, like, control and feel and physics that, like, I think it's really
This will scare the pants off me. This will scare the pants off me.
Ugh, it's bad.
This will scare the pants off.
So Marathon, I mean, yeah, like, the gravity is I mean, the way that you would explain it now is that the gravity is very low, so there are, like, these jumping sections. Marathon, like Doom, did not have a jump key, but there were significant jumping puzzles. And some of them were just absolutely brutal. And they just kind of required you to, like, drift down. I'm just going to give myself some... There. I'm starting to realize that there's maybe a reason that I hadn't heard of this part of TNT's output. It's not... I'm just going to resurrect here. These modes, same eyeballs coming out each time. is definitely just a weird, messed up nightmare. Hearing all these clips and stuff. Wait, what did I die? Am I in a damage zone? I think I might be in a damage zone. Yeah. Alright, so let's not be in a damage zone. And now I'm back down to almost no health again. Also, I have basically no ammo. So I think this would have been a bad choice to play with The Simpsons.
Terrible ways.
What was that?
Working at the opportunity to prove yourself a hero is long
I think this might have been a not super enjoyable experience, even without the Simpsons thing, but this is definitely putting it way over the top. Okay, so this is like some... Wow, yeah, this part of the level certainly got big. Somebody just went to town and built like a Star Trek warp core sort of thing. Can I... Oh wait, do I interact? I forget how these travel tubes work. Yeah. Nope. Okay, dang, yeah, okay, so there's like these... Power depleted, translator offline. That's certainly a concept to bring into a game already. Yeah, it's a, we're playing a TNT project called Doom 2000 that I wasn't aware it had actually come out. I think they only finished about, it's like a Hexen-style non-linear hub. Alright, so that is probably just...
Nice work, boys.
I'm assuming that the areas with the red doors are damage zones.
Well, well, look who it is. Mr. I don't need it.
Maybe not. Maybe not. And once again, we have 10 bullets left.
Well,
Okay, no, I'm not just inherently taking damage here.
Put it down. She's gonna have it.
nice finish.
Okay, so maybe this area is bad. Yes, okay. So whatever these are the dilithium crystals that make you take damage.
Nice work, boys.
Screw off Chief Wiggum. I did lose my Berserk status. Alright, so maybe if I just sprint through here... No, this is just a bad place to be. Yeah. Okay, is there anything I can do? Yeah, so I've been to either side of this section, and that it is a damage world. It's the bad spot. Can I go through these? Like, these surfaces are like, it's very hard to tell what's a window and what's just like a view through into something here. Like, I guess, yeah, like I can shoot through this. Anyway, it's confusing.
I do work in a convenience store, you know.
See, I do have
I'm trying to knock you out! I'm trying to knock you out! I'm trying
oh, my Berserk wore off.
knock you out!
Well, that wasn't smart then.
She's gonna have it.
Alright, I've almost killed all the monsters in this level, so... Explore in peace.
This will scare the pants off you.
Alright, and now we're back to another one of those hurt zones.
More. More.
Nope, I want to go back the other way. So like, what's the deal here? Okay, so I have some. I got some gear armor. Oh god, it's a Marge head. It's a reasonably cool little force fieldy type texture thing. Where did they come out? So yeah, like, where am I going now? What am I doing? Engine room. Alright, now we're back in engineering. Oh wait, there's multiple rooms like this? Okay, right, there was this... Yeah, I just got no idea. What if they had released this with the Simpsons resources as Doom Eternal? Well, you know, that would have been a choice that they could make. Alright, yeah, like this. I forget if I actually want to go here. Yeah, these nonlinear levels, like, you really gotta... You gotta spell out how these levels all relate to one another. What the rhyme or reason is. Yeah, and I've basically done everything there is to do on... Okay, I don't have the red key. Is there a blue key anywhere on this? No. No, so I should probably go back. I love those grav shafts. Yeah, like I can't go in here. Like, what if there's another arrow on the other side here? Eh? Okay, yeah, I don't think I've been... If this takes me someplace different. Sleeping quarters, okay. Let's check it out.
Well.
No idea why I'm here. Also, I don't know if these are like hell symbols or if they're just part of the ship's fiction or what.
Okay, don't. The opportunity to
This
prove
will scare
yourself
the
a hero is longer.
Looks damaging.
my own plate here.
Chainsaw. Okay, this chainsaw is actually like, the fact that it's animated with the frame rate of the chainsaw, like, it's got this kind of aha video shudderiness to it. This is maybe the most interesting. Alright, yeah. Good. This doesn't seem very sleeping quarters to me.
I'll blow your heads off. The opportunity to prove yourself a hero is longer.
Whoa. Closing the pod bay doors here. Whoa, is that... What's that ping? Alright, so yeah, what
Put it down
is
or I'll
this?
blow your head off. The opportunity to prove yourself a hero is longer.
What is this weird... These feel like cargo bays
This
or
will
something.
scare the pants
Okay, so this isn't where I came in though, is it? Yeah, it's not. So is this going to take me someplace different? Should I press on here? Well, this is kind of a dead end. Huh. Doesn't seem to go anywhere. Yeah, it is squiggle vision. It's totally squiggle vision. Oh god.
Send it this way, boy.
I was incorrect in my assumption that it damages you.
Well, look at work, boys.
I like the teleporter noise. I guess that's a Simpsons sound. But it kind of works as just... Yeah, it's like the B-movie sting. Any of these little particles are pleasant, you know? I like the sort of basic Z-Doom particles. Okay, so this actually looks a little more like sleeping quarters. Alright, so these are like windows that I guess I can shoot through. Is there a door out of here? Or... That's where I came from.
More.
Yeah, how do I get out of here?
This will scare the pants off me. This will scare the pants off me. This will scare the pants off me. This will scare the
Okay, now I'm in the corridor.
More.
Well, look who it is. Mr. Fly girl. God! Choking on my own plate here. This will scare the pants.
No, as always, he's choking on his own rage. Okay, is this where I came? Yeah, that is where I came from. I've done a full lap. And yeah, I just never, like, just stop, like, yeah, this glass type surface is just sort of infuriating. Like, I don't know what I can interact with versus what I can't. Like, it's weird. More tanks of goo. And I have a blue key, but I can't get through that door.
This will scare the pants off me.
It was the 90s, and the only thing people had more time for than Clax was The Simpsons. Yeah, that's true. Clax, yes, Clax was a Midway era Atari arcade game, and it was a puzzle game, sort of in the vein of. Okay, yeah, somebody's posting a YouTube link that can explain Clax far better than I can. Yeah, it's just sort of, I don't know. It's tagline. Its tagline on like the attract screen was, "It is the 90s and there is time for Clax," and that was just a thing that was a creative choice that they made to
Send it this way.
explain why it was worth a few of your arcade quarters.
More.
Whoa. What just happened? What the... Ugh. That is weird to look at. I have no idea what that was. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't spend a lot of time in arcades in the 90s, then it's very reasonable to not know what Clax is. They've never encountered Clax in its natural element. It's not the kind of thing that people talked about outside of the immediate context of arcade games. Look at all these. Just what are these? Are these like? Yeah, just tanks of goo and stuff. Like, what are these supposed to be? Oh, God. Oh, I think I see what this is supposed to be. Yeah, wow, that's really not good. I apologize if anybody is sensitive to weird flashing stuff. But I'm pretty sure what that's supposed to be is a security camera. I think something is not nicely compatible. I think you're supposed to interact with that, and it's showing you something else, because I caught a brief glimpse of like some Hell Knights. And I think that was like a security camera like showing us into another area with Hell Knights. But I'm not going to interact with those anymore. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Maybe you just weren't near. You just didn't notice. You weren't near any Clax locations, or didn't pick up on them.
Put it down.
Oh, like, what is this all about?
Oh.
I'm not a fan of this switch texture. It does not look the slightest bit interactive. And oh, backpack. All right, not gonna do that.
Well. Choking on my own plate here.
Was any other decade as self-conscious about being a decade as the 90s? That's a good question. I mean, yeah, like, it was up there. I think the overall postmodern posture had completely come home to roost. And it was sort of like, it's the 90s. But yeah, I don't know, and maybe there was a little bit of a step back from that in the 2000s, in the aughts, but maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I think the aughts were the first point at which people really, you know, like, this sort of theory of decade eras and fashions and stuff really kind of came around, you know. I mean, people, I do remember in the 90s people talking about the 60s and the 70s as having these distinct
Look who it is.
aesthetics and so forth. Okay, so now we're back in one of these weird little chambers that we can't really get out of. They just have the little beds in them. So, like, okay, so yeah, that's another sleeping bed thing. Yeah, the direction here is just totally opaque. How do we get in there? Actually, I'm gonna go. I think I've been in here. Okay, it's more teleporters. Are we now in? No, we're not in beds. Get in there. Teleporter sounds pretty good, though. Okay, this is a bed area. I've already killed people in. Like, how many of these are there? Okay, so there's like 4 of them, and it kind of looks like I've been in each of them. There we go. Okay. So maybe I haven't been in here? No, I have. Oh my god, this is basically radially symmetrical. I.e. the hardest damn thing to find your way around in. And do they all have, like... Yeah. The navigability is not great here. These are all just identical. Can anyone figure out why armor is called BAC? Blood alcohol content, maybe? I'll bet that's it, because when you pick up Duff, you get armor. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah. So you're keeping your cholesterol high, and you're keeping your blood alcohol content high, because Homer is a drunk. Duff beer does not seem like a high alcohol content beer, so he must just really be slamming it. I've just always imagined Duff just being one of those just American NFL beers. Just tastes like just eagle piss. Just not... When I moved into my apartment in Savannah, Georgia, back in art school, the previous occupant had left some, like, most of a case of like Coors Light or something, and I was like, I don't want this. Does anybody want this? And a friend was like, oh, what kind of beer is it? And I was like, it's like Coors Light or something. And he was like, oh, Eagle Piss. It just stuck with me. You know, if that's a beer that you enjoy, then go for it, you know? Oh my god, this level has completely numbed my brain. I don't know, what was I supposed to do here? What am I don't even know. I just don't. I don't know, and I don't care anymore. Okay, so this seems like a special area, but I feel like I kind of already... Alright, so I'm going to go back through here. I'm going to go back through this mildly interesting looking red pulsing hallway. Can I go through, like, is this where I came in? Like, I can't distinguish between the teleporter area where I came in versus where... Yeah, and I can't... Okay, so... Alright, so that's not the way out. You got hubbed, son. I sure did. Yeah, I have absolutely been hubbed. As in, I don't know where the hell I'm going. I have no idea what to do or how to make progress. I have no idea if I'm, like, done in this level. I don't know how the levels relate to one another or anything like that. Yeah, I got hubbed. That's a good... Thank you for that vocabulary term, because that is absolutely what has happened to my attempted playthrough of Doom 2000. Man, talk about squatting on some choice name real estate, like Doom 2000. Like, you only get one of those, you know? Make it count. I suppose we did, what with our Simpsons foolishness. Alright. Okay, so now we're back here, and I still have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, God, what am I even doing here? I just lolled thinking about the human substance thoroughly discussed in Robert Yang's stream and how there's none of that in this WAD. Yeah, I haven't seen Robert. I haven't caught Robert's stream in a while. I don't know what came up. I can imagine him talking about a variety of human substances on his stream. You know, he's a... okay. Alright, so the non-PG rated human substance. Alright, what does this do? Have I been... I don't know where I'm going here. Okay, God, now I'm back here. What am I even doing? I don't know. I might have to call it here. Like, is it after 8? Yeah, it's after 8. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties at the beginning. I have no idea what, I guess, Twitch's IRC bridge just kind of hiccuped. Anyway, this has been... yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Oh, okay, yeah, fighting Half-Life monsters will definitely get you talking about about that substance for sure. Okay, well, this sure was Team TNT Doom 2000 Hub 1 from the stroke of midnight in the year 2000. Over 20 years ago at this point. Yeah, this was, yeah, I got hubbed. That's all there is to say about this stream. Cool. All right, well, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Have a good week. Yeah, take care of each other. Yeah, I'll see you around. Have a good one. Bye.